8 people died and nearly a dozen more were injured after a man drove his vehicle into a crowd. The victims are believed to be migrants who are waiting for a bus in Brownsville, Texas. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington, D.C. And Bree, this incident comes as a COVID-era policy restricting the number of migrants entering the country is set to end.
That's right. Good morning, Maureen. Well, police continue to investigate why that driver rammed his vehicle into a crowd in Brownsville, Texas. Brownsville is one of the border cities seeing a surge in migrants trying to cross ahead of Title 42 ending on Thursday. At least 8 people are dead after a car plowed into a crowd waiting for a bus outside a migrant shelter in Brownsville, Texas. The city, like other border towns, is bracing for what's to come this week.
We cannot have all this overflow of people. We just can't handle them.
A massive surge of illegal crossings is expected when Title 42 ends Thursday. The COVID-era policy blocked migrants from the U.S. more than 2.5 million times. The Biden administration says it's ready.
We tried to end Title 42 repeatedly, and we're stopped from doing so by the courts. So we are prepared.
Efforts include opening a new temporary processing center and sending 1,500 more troops to the border to provide support. But Texas Governor Greg Abbott says Democrats' policies are the problem.
The reason why we are busing those migrants across the country is because small little towns on the border like Del Rio and Eagle Pass, they have no capacity to deal with the number of people coming across the border.
The president has called on Congress to do more on immigration reform.
We need to begin to have a real bipartisan discussion on comprehensive immigration reform, and I hope that my Republican colleagues will come to the table to have those discussions.
As an influx of migrants prepare to take their chances crossing the southern border. And several Texas cities, including Brownsville, Laredo, and El Paso, have already declared states of emergency ahead of Title 42 ending. Maureen?
The images coming out of Texas, just incredible. Bree Jackson, live for us. Thank you so much.
Now to the city of Brownsville, Texas. This was the scene moments before an SUV plowed into people gathered near a migrant shelter, killing 7. Several others were injured. CBS's Nicole Skenga is there tonight.
Good evening. Tragedy in this border community. The bus stop behind me, now a crime scene after a driver crashed across the street from a shelter housing migrants. The dead and injured were transported to area hospitals. Police say the number of injured is expected to rise. Authorities say the victims include asylum seekers from Latin America en route to the United States. Witnesses say the driver ran a red light before veering off the side of the road, crashing into a large group. He then exited the vehicle and attempted to flee while shouting at the victims. Mirna Arteaga manages the nearby shelter.
Horrific. It was terrible. People were running to help them. The bodies were all over the place.
Brownsville police have charged the suspect with reckless driving and are investigating whether or not he acted intentionally or had alcohol in his system. Tonight, police say he's not cooperating. This incident comes just days after Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas visited this border community ahead of the lifting of Title 42 and the anticipated rise in migrant arrivals.
Nicole Skenga, thank you for your reporting.